Afternoon. Just checking to make sure that the mic's actually working this time. Yeah, so I'm level 51 now. Yeah, just really enjoying a lot of this game. Pretty much what happened was I just kept playing and playing and just going through all the dungeons, and next thing I know, I'm Paragon level 1, level 50, and yeah, here we are. There we go. It is working. Cool. So per request of just I don't know, just an idea I had, I should say, not really a request. I have some crazy legendary items now. Um, we're level 50. We're Paragon. Well, level 51. You'll see once I get in here. Once you hit 50, you stop getting skill points for your character and your skill tree, which I'll go over what I have here in a minute. Then you start getting into Paragon levels where every quarter of a level, so when I hit level 51 and a quarter here, this milestone here, I'll get a Paragon point that I can use for any one of these um, things, any one of these squares you see here. And they all do different things. Like these, most of them are like +5 to willpower or strength. Dexterity, I think, is one of them here. Then you start getting these blue ones that are like armor or 2% maximum life, more armor. These yellow ones, because I meet the strength requirement, I get the bonus of more life, and this one I get more physical damage. As a barbarian, you can't go wrong with more physical damage. But that's pretty much the gist of all of these for the longest time. There's an intelligence one, so probably all your stuff. Then you start getting into these glyph sockets, and the glyph sockets tie into these glyphs that I don't know honestly how to get the bigger ones yet, these rare glyphs. I imagine that as I level up and do things, they become available probably. They're probably like a level 75 thing or something. But I could drop one of these glyphs in this glyph slot, and this one basically a radius of 2. So how I'm reading that is it probably goes in a 2x2 square or an actual radius of 2 and 2, and then like 1 makes like a circle probably. But it just pulls in things and does extra bonuses is my guess. It's my guess. I'll go over my actual, probably these first. So without any shouts or nothing, like actually I'll go off my thing here. I have all these shouts, and there's an ability I have called Death Blow, and Rend, and these things all kind of tie in for multiple reasons. So this shout, this rallying cry, gives us a 30% movement speed bonus, and it increases our generation of resources, or our fury, by 56% for almost 8 seconds, which is crazy. So for 8 seconds, I move faster and I'm generating fury faster. So for those 8 seconds, I'm going crazy. And I have the unstoppable element, meaning that I can't be controlled by impairing effects. Basically, there's some stuff that will make you fear and you run away from things, and it's just not fun. And then Rallying Cry also gives me a 10% base life as my Fortify. And what Fortify is pretty much just like you take reduced damage and you have this little like bubble over your health bar that you'll see later that it's like extra HP. It's crazy. So like I've seen it where I have 1200 and some health life. I saw it where it went up that I had 1200 life and also 1200 Fortify. So I have in that theory 2400 HP that just, yeah, it's insane. And then additionally, I gain 23 life every time I get hit, so or deal damage. So when I'm hitting things, that's 23 HP back to me. I get hit, that's 23 back to me. So like this rallying cry is really kind of cool. Next is War Cry. War Cry increases your damage for like 8 seconds. In this case, 21%. There are stats and armor things that bonused this to where like it gave me like 2 extra ranks in Warcry, making this 7 out of 5. Like it didn't care. Like yeah, I can only put up to 5 points, but you can find gear that gives you more points in whatever skills. But this grants berserking. Basically, I have increased damage speed and movement speed for 5 seconds. So this with the other 30%, that's like almost 50% extra movement speed. I do a 1/4% more damage, and it also gives me Fortify, where it's giving me 175 HP towards that Fortify bubble, if you will. Challenging shout. I need to move some more points around to get that back up to 5, but I brought it down because I was playing with things. But while this is active, it taunts the enemies, and you gain a almost 50% damage reduction, basically 50 by the time you get it maxed out, meaning that like you just take half as much damage. At least that's what it says. I never really noticed, but then also you gain 20% bonus life. So 20% of 1200, it probably tells me. No, it doesn't. Anyway, that's like almost 300 HP, at least 200. And then also while it's active, I gain thorns equal to 30% of my maximum. So that's at least another 300. About 300 points of thorns. And what thorns are is basically when they're swarming me, they take damage. And that ties into some of the other things I have too. Death Blow is awesome, and here's why. When I rage as I call it, when I rally cry and war cry, this number jumps from 2800 to almost 5000 damage. And if you kill an enemy, the cooldown resets. Otherwise, it's a 15-second cooldown. So if I kill that enemy that has a little bit of health, boom, I hit him, he's most likely dead. I instantly gain 20 fury, and I can use that ability again. So if you have a lot of low-level things running at you that just aren't going to take a lot of damage to kill, you can just keep proccing that death blow, and it's just bam, 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 and things just go down. Also, it does a lot of damage to bosses. In some of the dungeons I was in, I'd literally run up to the boss, hit him with this, and they'd lose like an eighth of their health bar just from one blast of this. It's crazy. I've been using Lunging Strike to generate Fury just because it lunges out, and what's nice with it too is that some of the modifiers I grabbed do increase. So I do more. I do 30% more damage. And every time I damage a healthy opponent, which is people who have like a good chunk of their health bar left, but still, I get 26 life when I hit something. So 26 life for hitting them if they're healthy. What was that other one? I get bonuses to fortify when I take and leave damage. So like this whole thing is set up that if I'm dealing damage or taking damage, I'm freaking crazy on them. Yeah, there's a delay, probably also I should say too, just because I have that set up. But it works out pretty good. The other thing with all these as well is this rend. So rend is my ace in the hole. Every time I hit something, when I hit something with it, it inflicts about 400 damage, but also 3,000 bleeding damage over 5 seconds. So it's going to hit them for a big chunk, and then you'll see their health bar just start going down, and then they're still taking damage from me hitting them. I hit them a couple more times with bleeding, and then their just health bar goes. I've had bosses with a quarter of their health bar left. I hit them with rend enough times, and I just walk away because I'm just waiting for it to time out. It also extends the duration of making things vulnerable. I had something at one point that helped with that. So it works out pretty well.
Look.
So,
look.
Iced coffee. What the heck is that?
Look.
Iced coffee. Either way. So into my stats here, I have a good amount of strength, good amount of intelligence, just because it helps with resistances. And as you go through the game and harder difficulties, you need those resistances because everything's just gonna have crap happen to you. Um,
Thank you.
I have decent dodging and what have you. Um, Pretty high armor. I had something at
Look.
one point. I put it away in my box, but every time I took damage, it would it would hit and give me almost 4,500 armor. But that was really the
Come
only
with me.
benefit
Here.
of it. So I need to take it so I can take the aspect out of it and put it onto something else.
Yes.
But from an equipment standpoint, I can now make higher end gems, and I've been putting emeralds into gear because each one gives me 70 extra thorns. So between these 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 100 and no, that's 280 thorns on top of the 300 I get from my skills, and then also I get a crap ton from challenging shout. So there's times I've seen it with um, like 1,200 thorns. So like things come at me and they keep taking damage. But from the abilities on this, what I really like about this headset, and I've had this one for a while, is I get 38 life on a kill. So I kill something, boom, I get almost 40 HP. I got cold resistance. I gained a rank in skills that I didn't have to put points into. I have this crowd control duration, and I can gain up to a 20% damage reduction if I am standing next to bleeding enemies, which is where Rend comes in. Rend bloodies them, and now I'm gaining damage resistances or reductions. Again, there's just really a lot of things in here about like resistances, damage reductions. But the thing I liked about this one is I heal 21 life per second when enemies are close for each close enemy. So as long as there's at least 4 enemies close to me, I'm gaining 104 HP every second. On top of the other stuff that I went over of I'm gaining life. So like I'd have to do the actual math for it, but I can at one point be like gaining 300 life a second just by living. Um, that also ties in again with like my armor, my bracers here. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually trigger overpower because I think if I look at the numbers, I do like 300% overpower damage. It's crazy. But I like this because it increases my critical strike chance, which means, higher chance to critical strike means higher chance for more damage. So yay. Um, what's nice with this too is this ties in. There's some feats or aspects of the piece in orange there that are lucky hits, and there's a stat in here called lucky hit that just you get that lucky hit 5% of the time and it will do the thing. This doesn't have that, but what's nice about this is that, and it's kind of one of those high risk high rewards, like you got lucky, it happened, something really cool happens because of it, but it's very rare that I've been seeing it like actual happen, so I just don't use it. um, but with this, when I deal damage while berserking, which I am berserked based off of one of these. Oh, this one. I'm berserked for 4 seconds just based off that war cry. So when I'm doing that, I inflict 20% of the base damage I dealt to something as bleeding for over 5 seconds. So again, I'm just bleeding things. You'll see health bars just literally just disappear after all I did was just use some stats or skills on them. This one I like because it has the 30, almost 40 life regeneration while not damaged recently. So by the fact that like if I'm not being damaged recently, so like I fought the butcher during my endeavors here, which he's a rare boss that spawns in dungeons only randomly. So far our scores stand at 1 to 5. He's screwed me a couple times, but because of this life gem, while not taking damage, he hurt me, and I would just run a little bit for my health regen, go back, run and let my health regen, go back. So like it worked out pretty nice. Um, I mean the willpower is cool because I think that helps with health regeneration and things like that. Um, but for each point of fury generated while I'm at maximum, I gain 5 fortify. Meh. Like I'm trying to probably get rid of that one at some point. I did learn that you can't stack those aspects because I found one that was going to give me 15% bonus to attack speed. I was like, oh, I'll put it on everything and I'll have like 200 attack speed. But yeah, it doesn't work that way. It takes the highest one and goes from there. This one, I get another evade charge. So your dodging ability, I can do it twice before I have to wait for it to spin back up and give me more stuff. But this is one of those lucky hits. So if I hit it with a core skill, and a core skill is anything that there's a core skill tree that I'll show. But there's a 25% chance it extends the duration of berserking by a second. Meh. Like, I'm probably going to get rid of the aspect on both of those. This mace, I mostly just have it because of the like 34 to all stats. Because what I have learned is even though you're not using these items, their percentage bonuses, stat bonuses, aspects all still work. So with this one, I gain almost 30% attack speed to my regular basic attack, which is great if I'm using like the sword. So this goes from being a 1 attack a second to 1.25 attacks a second. So it attacks almost basically as fast as, actually attacks almost faster with that than the base mace or a base axe. It's crazy. And then I put critical strike damage on there because it made sense. It increases my stuff against vulnerable things. My core skill damage, so when rend happens, it does more damage. Overpower, like it's insane. This one, I get 24% damage increase while I have a barrier active. This ties into, there's another piece I have that, what is it? Is it this one? It's this one. So whenever I damage an elite, there's a chance that it'll create a barrier that will absorb 2600 damage for 10 seconds. It's basically like an extra 2600 HP for 10 seconds. It's nuts. But while that barrier's up, and this just gives me bonuses to damage reduction, 20% resistance to all elements, which is nice. But while that barrier's active, I do almost 20%, a little over 20% more damage. So as long as that barrier is up, I'm doing more damage. And if that goes in with having higher attack speed, I'm stabbing faster. It's amazing. This one, you can re-roll like that plus 78 strength. I re-rolled that with one of the vendors that cost materials and gold, but I was able to get a almost plus 80 strength to that weapon, so that's why it's still sitting there. Normally I've been using this guy because of that 83 strength, 20% extra to like my core skills. Critical strikes with core skills increase my attack speed by a lot for like 5 seconds. I have the yellow gems in here, the whatever they are, I'll look them up later. But I get 30% extra basic skill damage. So by having this equipped, that's 30 plus 62. That's like That's a little over 90% extra damage just by having that thing on. Like I love this thing. And then it does more damage to injured enemies, which are like, I think the last like 30% of their life, something like that. This is an axe I'm just keeping around because I need an axe for what I was trying to do. And this is the armor I was talking about, I think earlier, that for 4 seconds I can gain up to 40% more armor. So I had so much armor it was crazy, but I really like the aspect of getting life every second more than armor, because yeah. This one I kind of already went over. Again, this just gives me more resistances. That's usually what your gem or your jewelry does. But I get more critical strike damage, more fury, more physical damage. What I love about this is what you see there with the shout skills. It's reduced, shout cooldown is reduced by 1.5 seconds per nearby enemy, up to 6 seconds. So if I have at least 4 bad guys close to me and I use a shout, my timer goes down from 25 seconds to 19. So I could just shout more quicker, or more like just more often. It's crazy. So like these things that are giving me those damage bonuses and movement speeds and everything else, it just happens faster. And then this gives me some fortify generation, more damage, more critical strike damage, more resistances. With the gem I put in it, it gives me almost 50% um, cold resistance bonus just from this item. Because I got tired of being frozen every 5 seconds in some dungeons. It was not fun. Um, but overall, like if I look at the stats here, um, I do 1,000 damage with this thing, so it's nuts. Weapon speed right now is pretty low, but it'll go up once I get out of town and yell. Critical strike damage is pretty high. Overpowers, it's gone down. It was at like 250, now it's at almost 200. Um, Damage versus bleeding, I do more damage against an injured enemy. So like once I injure them, their health bars disappear. And then you can swap weapons. Like with the swapping of weapons, you can tell your skills to use specific weapons over another. And then by right now, I have almost a little over 450 thorns. And then I have decent life on kill, life generation. Um, most of my resistances are above 40%, so that's good. Especially playing on tier 2. When I get to tier 3, I'm assuming it's going to be like Diablo 2, where when you went to the next difficulty, everything just killed you resistance-wise unless you had something. Movement speed, 110% roughly. I move pretty fast. I'm a fast boy. Let's get out of town, and then I'll go back. Actually, before I get out of town, I'll show you these expertise. Basically, the more you use a weapon, the faster this goes up. And I've leveled up my hand axe, polearm, and two-handed maces to max level to where now if I use a mace, it'll do 15% increased strike damage to stunned enemies. Meh. It's cool. Or this one gives me increased strike chance against vulnerable enemies. That's kind of cool. What works with this because and this one gives me increased damage while I'm healthy. So as long as I have high health, I'm going to do more damage, which is most of the time with this build. This one is one I'm trying to level up the rest of the way because of the bleeding aspect. Like, eventually this will get up to 20% of the direct damage I deal is dealt as bleeding damage. So you mix that with some of the other things, I'm looking at like 50% of my damage goes off as damage and bleeding effect for 5 seconds. So it's going to be nuts. And then like I do more damage against bleeding enemies. So like it just works well with how this build is. There's a lot of other builds out there, but this one's just really working well for me to where I'm not trying to brag, but between levels 30 and now, I don't think I ever used a health potion more than twice. And I died once because I died 4 times I should say because the butcher came out of nowhere, and he just destroys you. So I'm not counting those towards it because he's a crazy boss. But like unless I got cornered by 3 or 4 elites, very rarely was I having to use potions. And then these all do their own separate thing. Like this one's good for generating fury. This one's you do more damage against stunned enemies, and it has a chance to help you go berserk longer. This one's more for injured enemies. You'll see here on the progress it says like 29,000 out of 94 and a half. What that is, it's just not like experience for killing things, it's just straight out damage that you do. So if my rend skill here does the killing blow, because that's been the biggest one. Once let's say it does 3,000 damage. If I hit something and it does 3,000 and I hit it with a two-handed weapon, I gain 3,000 points towards the next rank. So I thought it was just killing things. It's actually more related around just doing overall damage. Excuse me. So from a skill tree, I went hard into lunging strike, and since I'm more into bleed stuff now, uh, I wouldn't do a lot of physical damage, but I was half tempted to take out all these points and put them into this. I may do that for fun one day. We'll see. But I maxed out my lunging strike so that I can get the increased damage and healing and all that fun stuff. This is how I do that. Is that why? Okay, it tells you all the modifiers, so I don't have to go to each one. But I gain uh, it. The lunging strike does bleeding damage on top of everything. Um, this one you get more berserking if you critical strike. So if you have high critical strike, maybe go that route. I don't. So whirlwinding is fun. I took it off because it just wasn't helping a lot. But rend, like here, like I said, it does 3,000 blading damage. It does a lot. I grabbed in enhanced rend, where it extends the duration of vulnerable enemies by a few seconds. And then this one, I do increased damage. The other one, if you're finding yourself with this build like you don't have enough fury, go with this option here because you gain 4 fury per enemy hit, so up to 20. So like you just keep hitting stuff and you keep getting fury, like more on top of what you're already gaining. And that resets, I think, if you stop doing damage. But that was the only thing I took out of this tree. I left double swing out, up, like these are all good in their own right. Just this bleeding thing just seemed to really work. And then this is me going ham on the rallying cry, getting those options that I've talked about. The other option is this one generates 20 fury, and you gain. Basically, you get the tactical rallying cry is if like you really want to get. There we go. Sorry, headset freaked out. But if you want to get more fury, you would go with this option. I wanted more damage because I like to damage. Um, this is a challenging shout. Again, kind of what I've already gone over. The alternative is to gain fury each time you take damage. So if you're taking a lot of damage, which you probably are, you're a barbarian. We're in the middle of things. Like that's kind of what I've learned from the end of these trees. Is it's either you're gaining resource or you're getting life. And then I full out went in on thorns so that I gain. I get 140 thorns, and then I get 23 for every extra 116 life I have. It's crazy. And then tough as nails. What's nice with this is now my thorns do bleeding damage. So when something comes up to me and hits me, like I've stood like this still in the middle of a bunch of basic enemies, and they just keep dying. It's just nuts. It is crazy. The next tree is my other shout, the war cry, where the alternative one is you get a little, like if at least 6 enemies are near you, when you cast it, you get a bonus of additional damage, which seemed cool, but I really liked being able to get the fortify life because I could just stick around longer. This made my shouts last longer. That's why they're almost 8 seconds long. If you're playing with friends, I really recommend the raid leader because when you shout, it heals your enemy, it heals your allies for a lot. There were times we were fighting a boss. There's 4 of us total, and like everyone's like almost dead. I shout 3 times, and that thing procs 3 times, so it does it 3 times because it does it for each shout, not individually. And then this one causes enemies to deal less damage for 5 seconds. I never really noticed it really working, but maybe, I don't know. Leap and charge are good, just doesn't work with what I have here. Same thing with kick. There was one item I had where if I had maximum fury and did a kick, it did like 5,000 or 4,000 damage, which sounds cool, but just it was a very rare thing to be in that situation, so I never used it. Death blow, like I love this the way it's set up because I do the extra damage to bosses and I gain 20 fury every time it hits at least one guy, and every time you kill somebody with it, it resets. So rather than waiting 15 seconds, I can just keep firing it, and it's just nuts. The alternative to all that is if I hit somebody with it, I gain berserking, which I may switch that at some point and get off the fury because I don't feel myself where I'm out of fury that often. So being able to go berserk and then having like the increased damage and movement speed and all this other stuff, like yeah, like berserk would be kind of cool probably to tie into. I bypassed a lot of these, but Call of the Ancients, it's always a fun thing to have. Have your ancient buddies drop in and help you. Um, if you're using one-handed weapons, Duelist is great because you get more attack speed. Um, Iron Maelstrom, I mean, I've always seen it. I've just never really used it myself. Um, I could probably swap it out, but like I'm really loving having these shouts to help me out. Um, and then a lot of these other small ones, like you gain maximum health for all your fury spent, or if you switch weapons. There was one in here. Where was it? Is it that one? Is it that one? Oh, that's cool. Your bleeding effect slows enemies. Maybe I should take that too. Like go down this tree a little bit. But one of these. Where is it? I could have swore well, there's a skill in here somewhere. I'm probably on the wrong tree. That if you're using two-handed weapons, you generate fury faster. Where is it? Oh, it's somewhere on there. Oh, trust me. And then for this is your passives. Like there's just a passive skill. It's happening in the background before you know what's going on. I went with the bleed because that's just what this build seems to do. Doing more damage, but things cost double. That's kind of interesting. You do more damage for a few seconds. That one's kind of interesting. This one would work out better if you went down the berserker path because I feel they kind of tie in because it lasts longer, you do more damage, and berserk is crazy. Like that is probably a boss killer if you went down that route. But that is pretty much it. If I go here to my stats again, get out of here. Try and get out of town because apparently you can't yell in town. They don't like that. Oh, other thing I was going to show too. If you wanted it, there's a screenshot of all of the dungeons, all of the Lilith statues. The only dungeon I'm missing is one that I found out that only spawns if you're doing the Call of Ancients quest for the Bear Tribe. And what it does is it opens up the Cathedral of Light dungeon that's here in the Cathedral Light Temple. After I looked down a little bit, because I was like, man, I don't want to be sitting here staring at 22 out of 23 dungeons. That's just going to piss me off. It's part of the reason why I have 75 out of 76 areas found. But when you beat the game, in order to go to Tier 3, you need to beat the game, so beat the campaign, and then complete the dungeon Cathedral of Light. So it'll reopen here for me once I beat the game. So we'll worry about that later. But there's all your fractured peaks, Lilith statues and dungeons, and waypoints. The dungeon or the strongholds, I wish it would have showed you where they are, but it's basically like these light colored areas. So I think that was a stronghold. This was a stronghold. I wish it would have kept those for you, but they're on here. But I'll do that too, like when I go to these other sections, like when I go to up here and over by Dry Steps. Part of the reason that these areas are unlocked is because that's where I was playing with friends one day, and I was like, well, I'll take the free waypoint, but I'll run there eventually. Let's see, let's get out of here. Good, actually, before we do, I was gonna look at these and probably get rid of them. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. Cool. Where's my thing, Blizzard? Oh, that's not cool. It's like glitching out. It is glitching out. That's not good at all. That's not fun. It's freaking out. Yeah, oh, I broke the game. It won't let me do anything. Let me try leaving town and coming back. I freaked out yesterday because it booted me while I was playing and I thought I lost all my characters. I may have to leave the game and come back. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave this game and come back into it. Or not. Cool. That it won't let me do anything. I can't move now. This is embarrassing. Cool. I can make noises and do things, but nothing is happening. Cool. I leave the game. If I exit Diablo, will it keep the stream going? We're gonna find out. That's like really bogged down. Alright. Hopefully, I'm still there. I'll see what YouTube's doing. OBS is still going. I'm assuming you can still hear me. We're gonna try firing that up again. That's annoying. See, I was all hoping that we wouldn't run into those kind of issues because the beta was fine, the alpha was fine, the stress test was fine. Let's try that again. Sometimes you just gotta reload. Excuse me. There we go. Maybe. Alright, well, it doesn't look like it booted me out, so that's good. Looks like the stream still kept going. Sorry to anybody we lost. There, now I can dodge again. But let's try that again. Alright.
I need more time.
I need more time. Alright, so where I'm at currently. Oh, let's see here. But with all this, so you see I have 1400 attack power, 3000 light, all that fun stuff. If I hit Rallying Cry in level 1, that gave me life to 1500. This one made my damage go up to 2100 for a few seconds, and then this one just made me really fast. I'll do it again here in a minute. So again, attack speed, attack power is up, my movement speed is crazy fast. As you can see, I'm running without anywhere to go. Where is it? So I'm at 109 movement speed. And once these reset, $154. Yeah, so it's pretty nuts where I can just go from 1400 attack power to a little over 2000. From a thorn standpoint, I was at about 1000 before it timed out. So yeah, it's crazy. So I will go back to shutting up and get going with Act 2.
Good day. Father bless. Fury.
To purge this evil, but now I can't leave my friends here. Not like this.
We can't do it alone.
They're here!
I'm low. I'm not ready yet. Don't have enough fury.
Light's blessing. If you have needs, check in with the Watchtower.
Miss it!
I swear, on my soul, I'll never take Father Inarius' name in vain again. Just get me out of this thing, please.
I'm looking for a Haradrim named Donin. An old friend of his sent me.
At this hour, I'd wager he's in the keep. Check with the guard at the door.
He's upstairs in the Great Hall with his son. Keep it quick.
Dad, I need to be out in the field with the other knights.
Why the rush, my boy? You know, I found some of my old Haradric tomes. Stay here, and we can go through them together.
I can take some with me. We have a visitor.
This discussion is not over. Is there something you need?
I have a message from Lorath.
Wow. There's a name from another life. Has the old man finally come down from the mountain?
With a warning. An ancient evil walks the land. The demon Lilith.
And you know this how? Did you and Lorath discover something of interest?
Perhaps this is all connected to what you saw, Father.
Yes, I was just getting to that. There was an incident at my estate. Probably best if we discuss it there. Go and have a look around for yourself. I'll meet you shortly, and then we can talk more. As for your request, get to Braystag. And be careful. Stay close to the other knight's penitent.
I will. Don't worry.
Walk in the light.
Spare some kindness for an old soldier? Thank you, Wanderer.
Whoa, look at this. These stone tablets contain some of the earliest written works of my Druidic ancestors. All destroyed. The wildlife in the Gautmar grasslands have been stirred into a frenzy recently. They've taken to smashing or even eating our runic tablets. I don't blame the creatures, but we must preserve our history. Surely you see the value in that. Please, retrieve whatever you can.
Not ready yet.
Welcome to Firebreak Manor, traveler.
I'm here about the incident. Donan gave me permission to look around.
Incident.
That was all he said.
I must be referring to his study. Something unsettling transpired there.
This can't be. I know who you are.
And I know you, Donan. Old, tired, each day a struggle to live up to your own legacy.
What do you want with me?
Astaroth.
He's dead.
Astaroth cannot die. Not by your hand. What have you done with him?
Away, demon. I deny you.
You have grown so frail. I can make you the hero you were.
Return to the darkness from whence you came. I said away!
A signal. Not ready yet. I need more fury. I need more fury. Just wait. Just wait.
Goat men. They've never dared come so close to the estate before.
Perhaps they were drawn by Lilith's presence. I saw a vision of her in your study.
What do you mean, a vision?
I don't fully understand how, but it isn't the first time.
Full of surprises, aren't you? No wonder you caught Lorath's attention. Well, now you understand my predicament. A daughter of hatred in my own home. She must be furious I cast her out.
That painting on your wall. Who are the others in it?
Why do you ask?
Lilith seemed to leave after seeing them.
Nafane and Arida. The druids who helped me slay Astaroth. Yes. Yes, I think you're onto something. I resisted her, so she might question them about the demon next. There are knights stationed in villages near the druids. If Lilith passed through, they must have seen her.
The attack on the manor has left many wounded, and our healing supplies are almost exhausted. Please, could you travel to Keregar and ask Corman the alchemist to send anything he can? And tell him to hurry. Every moment is vital.
Out of fury. Not ready yet. Fury. Let's wait. Not ready yet. I must wait. Time to do that. Not ready yet. I need more fury.
goodness. You found one of them. Mistress Brega's works. I thought them lost during the attack. She was quite the scholar, you know. Thank you, kind wanderer. Little remains of her legacy. But these will surely countenance the good this family has contributed to Scosglen.
I can't do that here. I'm not ready yet.
Thank you. There are many lessons, prayers, and seeds of wisdom that have been passed down from Fiacla Ger himself contained within. Life is an endless lesson. There is so much left to learn.
I'm not ready yet.
Poor man must have his hands full tending to so many wounded. I'll pack up everything I can spare and send it off to him immediately.
The Downs is my home, but Sanctuary is dangerous these days, and my parents, my poor old parents, are getting on in age. Who will protect their home? I would go check on them, but the roads are perilous. Perhaps you could go to my father, feel him, and see if they need me.
I can't do that here. not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Look. Look.
Out of fury.
Look. Look.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Not ready. Not ready yet. I must wait. I must wait. must wait. I must wait. Not ready yet. 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 Must wait. My burden is too great.
Hello.
Greetings.
Impressive.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. Not ready yet. I must wait. I can't lift more. I can't lift more. Not ready yet. is too great.
What's left, you ask?
I need time to do that.
There is magic in all things. Let me show you.
What's still got some good in it?
I can't do that here.
about something. Someone. Someone like you, in fact. You look the worldly sort. Would you be able to travel to the Under the Fat Goose Inn in the Highland Wilds and let Torben the innkeeper know Niall will be there shortly to settle his tab? I likes me a drink, see, and that place has the best ale in these parts.
The whole forest has gone mad.
We're not going out there again. The fly swarm's plaguing us. We've done all we could. Burning corpses, covering open water, rubbing ourselves with gullah wine. Barely done any good. Folk have had heavier worries on their minds. But the flies bit our last milking cow to death. The problem ain't going away by ignoring it. I have some coin saved if he can help with the infestation.
Sod it. Overgrown vermin's... Nay, traveller. The traps have yielded naught, and won't for some time. This land needs time to recover. Thorn beasts are still in abundance, though. Haven't shown signs of corruption, but a tough meat that, and too smart for normal traps. I hope these new snares will yield better results.
I'm not ready yet. must wait. I must wait. Not ready yet. I must wait.
Is someone there?
Do you need my aid?
I need your help. I can't see. My dearest, who wanders these woods alone.
Ready yet. I'm not ready. Struggle. What happened here? Hunter wanted him to suffer. wait. I need time to do that.
Torn right off the hooks. In their hurry, they left blood on the steps. Amateurs. Nairn and Tavish, local mischief makers, have also been absent. Sense tells me they're somehow involved. Man or beast who took it, the goose isn't the same without it. Oh, he will he? You must be the 5th person he sent this week, while proclaiming his intention to make good on what he owes.
You know the scar where that demon was killed? Name escapes me. My brother killed a brute there and has been wearing its horn around his neck. 7 feet tall. It breathed fire. Ma would be so proud. I got sick of the gloating. Insulted his horn's size. Now we have this wager. I must get a bigger one. You can see how it's going. Say, we're friends, right? How about you get me a horn, and I'll give you the coin for the wager. Remember, a really big one.
Forest has gone mad.
We're not going out there again.
Bless ye and all your descendants. Perhaps there's hope after all. Maybe we'll try planting the fields again.
Here. There's a big one. We've managed to save some for the forge. Ah, we'll sleep well tonight with full bellies. I can't even remember the last time that happened. You've done more than you know.